To talk about this morning, let's bring in our guest. We have with us Simone Sanders, CNN political commentator, and a Hillary Clinton supporter. Simone, good morning to you again.
Good morning, Victor. Hey, Chris.
Hi. Hey, Christy. Let's start with what we just heard from Governor Weld, and really a difficult week for their ticket. How does the Clinton campaign try to bring back some of those millennials who have abandoned her campaign? How do they exploit, essentially, what happened this week? And we got Matt Schlapp here with us as well, Donald Trump campaign surrogate. Simone, first to you.
So, yeah, I think the Clinton campaign can do what they've done best in this election is take Donald Trump's, or in this case, Bill Weld's words and turn them back on him. Look, he's their best advocate right now. So going out there, talking to millennial voters, the Clinton campaign has a great millennial outreach team and saying, look, this is what Bill Weld, Gary Johnson's running mate, is saying. The Libertarians clearly think that Hillary Clinton is the best candidate in this race. So along with all of Hillary Clinton's qualifications and her great proposals, even the folks that some of my millennial counterparts are going for are saying that Hillary Clinton is the woman for the job.
Matt, can you bring back some of those essentially never Trumpers who were supporting Gary Johnson, bring those back into the fold? How do you do it?
Yeah, Victor, actually, if you look at most polls, what it shows you is that Gary Johnson and Bill Weld are actually pulling from Democrats and liberals and Bernie Sanders supporters because their number one, or at least Gary Johnson's signature issue, is the legalization of drugs, something Donald Trump completely agrees with. When you come to these never Trump Republicans or conservatives, which was rather a big dynamic for a period of time in this race, that's really lessened. The last polls, 9 out of 10 Romney voters are now solidly with Donald Trump, but only 8 out of 10 Obama voters are with Clinton. Actually, the question about can they solidify the coalition is on the Clinton case. Can she get these millennials? Can she get the same kind of African-American and Hispanic turnout as Barack Obama got? That's the question in the race going forward.
Well, Matt, there are some Republicans or some conservatives who have left the Trump camp to support Gary Johnson because of his views on gun rights, taxes as well. I had a person here who was a lifelong Republican who just said that Gary Johnson was the only liberty-minded candidate still in the race. But after these gaffes over the last couple of weeks, I'd imagine that the Trump campaign will try to get them. Is there a strategy to try to work to get those voters, especially in states that are so close, like Pennsylvania, where the candidate is today?
Yeah, Victor, you're right. And, as far as pulling back libertarians who might have been with Gary Johnson, Donald Trump is very strong on Second Amendment rights, on those basic constitutional protections, on reducing the role of government, on cutting taxes, cutting regulations, not running after a bunch of regulations on global warming. But he has to court these guys. That's what politics is all about. Yeah. You don't just get to assume that they're going to be in your camp. You have to go after them. On the left, Hillary Clinton just had a tape leaked of her at a fundraiser saying that Bernie Sanders supporters mostly live in their parents' basements. That's not going to help her try to recruit those people that are voting libertarian from the left on those types of issues when she makes statements like that.
All right, let's listen to something that it was the very last question Donald Trump answered at Monday night's debate, and then compare that to something he told the New York Times just yesterday. Let's watch the debate.
No.
Will you accept
Look, here's the story. I want to make America great again. I'm going to be able to do it. I don't believe Hillary will. The answer is if she wins, I will absolutely support her.
Okay, but Simone here, when he was asked by the reporters with the New York Times just yesterday if he would support Clinton if she wins, he said this: we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens. We're going to have to see. What do you make of what Donald Trump says on Friday versus what he said on Monday?
Well, Donald Trump has a pattern of forgetting things that he's previously said or just, saying things. So I have no doubt that what he told the New York Times last night is something that just popped into his head and spilled out of his mouth onto the pages of written by Patrick Healy. Look, Donald Trump, again, the Clinton campaign is going to continue to make the case that he is temperamentally unfit to be president, and spouts and bouts like this continue to underscore that. It's not presidential. Donald Trump is setting it up so that he can pull back to say things weren't fair or something happened. And I just don't think these tactics are going to work. I think moderate Republicans are turned off by this. I think Trump's own campaign manager, all the way down to all of his surrogates, wish that he would just get it together.
Matt, what about that? Why would he say on Monday he supports her if he would support her if she wins, but on Friday we'll have to see?
No, what he meant by those words is we're going to have to see what happens in the election. He thinks he's going to win. He doesn't want to talk about her being president. He wants to talk about Donald Trump being the president. And the fact is this, when Hillary Clinton goes after people and calls them deplorable, people like me who support Donald Trump, it's a big mistake. You know, she's trying to make Donald Trump unacceptable to voters because 70% of this country believes that we're on the wrong track, that our policies are bad, that the country is getting worse, not better. And her negatives are 10 points higher than Donald Trump. They don't think she's honest or trustworthy. She has to get the topic off the economy, off the war on terror, off changing Washington. She has to bring up these extraneous issues. It's her only path to victory. I'd like to talk about the issues.
All right, Matt Schlapp, Simone Sanders, thanks so much.